皆さんこんにちは。Welcome to 英語ファイル。今回は英検1級語彙問題対策パート3でございます。パート1とパート2まだ見てない方はリンクを概要欄に貼っておきます。順番通りに見なくても大丈夫なので好きな順番で見てください。さあ今回もですね、難問を5問用意しましたので、まずはチャレンジしてもらいます。それではどうぞ。Alright, how did you do? The first word is this one. Now, I did not know how to pronounce this word because I had never seen it before and also I had never heard of it before. But apparently there are 3 different ways of pronouncing this word.
Renege.
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 Renege. Now, I like this last one
Renege.
the most because, well, I'll explain why in a moment. So before I tell you, let me say that this word has been the answer once in previous tests. And here's the sentence one more time. People who consistently renege on their promises will eventually not be trusted by anyone. So renege means to break a promise or an agreement. And it's often followed by on. So you'll often hear renege on something. So the sentence means if you break promises too many times, no one will trust you anymore. Now, the reason why I said I prefer the renege pronunciation is because renege has the neg sound in it, which means negative, which reminds me that the word has a negative meaning. In this case, not keep a promise. Now, I also searched for some ways this word is being used in the news. And this is what I found. A tweet by CNN. So it says, North Korea has threatened to renege on commitments made to the United States on denuclearization. So I think North Korea made a promise that they would stop doing the nuclear tests, but they're saying, oh, we might take that promise back now. So let me read that sentence one more time. People who consistently renege on their promises will eventually not be trusted by anyone. So renege means break a promise. Word number 2 is contrition. This word has been the answer just once in previous tests. Here's that sentence one more time. The criminal was full of contrition and promised never to commit a crime ever again. So contrition means the state of feeling sorry and guilty for doing something bad. So this sentence means that the criminal really regretted what he did and he probably said, I'll never do it again. Here's a picture that illustrates the scene described in the sentence. Alright, so you can see that the man kneeling down on the ground is asking for forgiveness. So you could say that he's showing contrition, and the man in the red robe is forgiving him. And the little white dog is wondering what's going on. So let me read the sentence one more time. The criminal was full of contrition and promised never to commit a crime ever again. Contrition means the state of feeling sorry and guilty for doing something wrong. The third word is latitude. This word has been the answer 2 times in previous tests. Here's the sentence. Teachers should be given considerable latitude in deciding how to teach lessons. So latitude in this case actually means the freedom to do what you want. So the sentence means teachers should be free to choose how to teach their lessons. Schools shouldn't force them to teach in certain ways. Now, you might know the other meaning of latitude, which is the imaginary lines that go across the earth, especially when we want to describe the location of a certain place. So here's the picture. So you can see the lines that go across the earth. So then how are these two definitions related? Well, originally the word latitude meant width. So because width is this way, you can understand why latitude is referring to the lines that go this way. But also, if you think of this as space, then the wider this is, the more space you have, the more freely you can move around and do what you want. So that's why you have more freedom to do what you want. Okay, so that sentence one more time. Teachers should be given considerable latitude in deciding how to teach lessons. So, latitude means the freedom to do what you want. Word number 4 is redress. This word has been the answer once in previous tests. Here's the sentence. Hundreds of people are seeking redress from the airline company for abruptly cancelling their flight. So as a verb, redress means to correct a mistake and sometimes pay money in order to make up for that mistake. This time it's used as a noun, so it's referring to a payment that's made in order to correct a mistake. So in this case, maybe these people had an important business meeting or had to go to a wedding, so they want to be compensated. They're saying to the airline company, you have to pay us money because you ruined our lives. So here's an image that I found when I searched redress. So you can see that one person is paying money for the damage he has caused, and the other person is accepting the offer. They're shaking hands, so probably everything is now okay. They've solved the problem. Maybe another way of remembering the meaning of the word is to look at the word itself. So as you can see, it's made up of re and dress. So maybe you can imagine that they're trying to dress something up again to make it look better. So in other words, they're trying to correct something that's in bad condition. So one more time, that sentence was, hundreds of people are seeking redress from the airline company for abruptly cancelling their flight. Redress means a payment made to correct a mistake. So finally, word number 5 is louse up. I had never heard of this phrase before, but it has been the answer once in previous tests. Here is the sentence. The terrible actors loused up an otherwise fantastic movie. So louse up means to spoil something, to ruin something, to mess something up. So in this case, maybe the story of the movie was great, the music was great, but the actors were horrible, and that's what ruined the movie. Now, the plural form of louse is lice. Do you know what lice are? Okay, you might not like it, but I'm going to show you a picture. So as you can see, lice are the annoying little insects that can live in your hair and make your head itchy. So if your head is full of lice, it's not going to be very pleasant, and in fact, anything that is full of lice is going to be horrible. So that's why louse up means to make something absolutely horrible, to spoil it, to ruin it, to mess it up. So that sentence one more time. The terrible actors loused up an otherwise fantastic movie. So louse up means to spoil something, to ruin something, to mess something up. So let's take a look at the 5 words of the day one more time. Word number 1, renege. Word number 2, contrition. Word number 3, latitude. Word number 4, redress. Word number 5, louse up. That's all for today. Make sure to leave questions and comments, and I'll see you in the next lesson.